Guys,
Hi.
so we just left the psychiatrist, not because we're crazy, but this is a process that we had to go through to get our minds mentally prepared for when our child gets older and the questions that they might be asking us. We want to be prepared to answer them. So she basically told us that, they can be as young as 4 years old.
To ask questions.
Yeah.
Asking questions where their dad is.
Yeah, or do I have a dad and stuff like that. So there's children's books, I guess, that we can look into, that we can read to them, and so they can have an idea. Obviously we can't go into detail, them being that young, but it can prepare them for how they were conceived in children's language, I guess you can say. And then also, what else, baby, did she tell us about? That she also told us that we made the great decision
To do an open donor.
to choose an open donor.
Only because for the child can, once they're 18, they can go and look for the donor to meet them. And like Carol didn't want them to have a relationship, but that is really up to the child if they want to have a relationship. And she was more afraid like we were not enough for our child, but we are more than enough. And there's times that children at 18 don't even want to have anything to do with the other person because of the fact that they were like, oh, well, I'm satisfied for what I have now. Why do I need to go look for that person?
Right. And she did say, because at first I did want anonymous because of that, fear that my feelings will be hurt, only to feel that we weren't enough. But we did change. She helped me change my mind too, weeks ago, to get open, because by the end of the day, it's not about our feelings. It's about our child having questions and questioning where they came from, really. So who are we to make that decision for them when they're an adult?
And the donor that we already chose, because we have our donor that we want, already has pregnancies. So if they have siblings and they want to eventually meet them, she was telling us that there might be some kind of site online of something rainbow siblings and registry, or something like donors registry or something like that. Just basically putting our donor number on there and the location that where we got the donor. Maybe someone else can come forward and be like, oh, well, you know what, I got pregnant with that donor, and that way our child can contact, or we can even contact, to find out a little bit more.
Yeah, the thing with the sperm bank that we are dealing with is, when our child does turn 18, they have the right to contact the sperm bank and let them know that they want to meet the donor. And because the donor registered as an open donor, he's obligated to meet with the child at least once in a lifetime. So after that, it's going to be both of their decisions if they want to keep onto a relationship. So we'll see how things go. These are just things to be prepared for. As a teen, also, we have all the information about this donor. So we made the decision to hold the information until he's old enough to understand everything. And if we're thinking when he turns 18 to give him the information.
Yeah, at 18. But our psychiatrist said that she has her nephew. He's from a donor too. And
it was at 16 years old?
At 16 years old they gave him all the information.
But he didn't care.
He didn't want it. He's like, well, I don't need it. I have my mom.
But like the psychiatrist said, it doesn't mean at 18 they're going to want to go find them. Usually they don't look into that stuff until they're older, when they want to start families of their own. They want to really look into that. So it's pretty interesting.
Most likely at 18, if it's a boy, most likely he's not going to want to, only because boys are more like, oh, I don't care, But a girl might want to know where her father or the donor is from, or get to know him.
I think it matters with personality, though. I don't think gender really is a thing. I think it's who they are. If they're more curious, they're gonna want to know. So
boys are not that curious, though.
Well, some people are. Some guys are, babe.
Oh yeah.
It depends on the person, really. But I don't know. We'll see we'll see what happens. What else did they talk to us about?
What they would call us. She didn't really know.
I stumped her with that question. I was like, so I want advice from you. We're stuck at what we want our child to call us by. We were thinking mom and mommy,
but as they get older, they're not gonna want to call me mommy. So
right, in front of their friends and in front of their girlfriend.
My son, he calls Carol mommy too.
Yeah, Orlando, he randomly just said, you know, mom or mommy too, or something like that. Yeah. 1 and 2. So that's interesting. The psychiatrist said, you know what? They're the best ones that can give us an idea of what our child should name or call us. So that's more to think about. What else, baby?
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out the nickname that he calls you, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I forgot to. But I think that was it. It was a pretty good meeting. It was a success. She let us know everything that we needed to know, and some stuff we already knew. Obviously, we've done a lot of research into it. So, and we're another thing, legally, because the baby's coming out of me, I automatically have complete rights, obviously, for the child. But because Priscilla's not biologically their parent, we have to do some paperwork in order for her to have full, complete rights. Thank God that we're 1 out of 8 states that has the second parenting adoption law, which is awesome, because that means that the third party, which is the donor, they already signed off all their rights into the sperm bank, so all their rights are completely gone. So it'll be an easier process for us. It'll be quicker. So basically, when the child is born, we can automatically put both of our names on the birth certificate. So that's an automatic. Now, it doesn't mean she's got full, complete rights. Just because her name is on the birth certificate, she still won't have the right to come up with any medical decisions for our child in case anything was to happen to him or her. She can't make any medical decisions. Or childcare. She would have to sign a consent form to pick up the child. Or what else? Or if we were, and God forbid, if we were to end the relationship later on in the future, she wouldn't have no rights to the child at all. I can up and leave to a different state with the child, and she can't do anything about it. So obviously, we want her to get into the second parenting adoption. That means she'll have full, complete rights, just like a biological parent would have. So that's another thing that we have to look into. But I believe that happens after the child is born. So we're going to look into that. But yeah, sorry that the video took almost 10 minutes long, but it was a lot we wanted to share with you guys. So anything else you want to say, babe?
No. Thank you for following us, and keep donating, share, and yeah.
All right, guys. My battery's about to die, so
bye.
Bye.